The next topic is beats. What is beats? In this, we consider the superposition of two waves of slightly different uh, frequency, which are traveling in same direction. Suppose that if two sound sources of slightly difference in frequencies are sounded together, then a periodic rise is found. Periodic rise is found, or fall is found in the intensity will be heard, and this is known as the phenomena of beats. The periodic variation in intensity of a given point due to the superposition of two sound waves which are slightly different frequencies, slightly different frequencies traveling in a same direction are called beats. Now we'll take example. For this, we'll draw a diagram. This is the one wave of sound. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is the peak of this. Now, the another way is like this. This is the maximum of this one. This is the amplitude of the first one. This is the amplitude of the second one. For the resultant, superposition principle will be applied and it will get after a certain time of period. So we are taking an example that if frequency of one wave, let is 260 hertz and the other wave is 250 hertz of the frequency, then find out difference in frequency. Okay, so as per the given statement, the F1 is equals to 260 and F2, that is 250. So if we are going to find out the difference of this one, then it will 10 hertz and this is known as the beats frequency. So what is the beat frequency? That is the difference of the two sounds wave frequency. So when you will apply the resultant for this one, it will give you like this and after some time again it will. So this is the beats. Now the next is the beat frequency formula. Suppose F1 is the frequency of the first wave and F2 is the frequency of the second wave. After a particular time, let that time is t, the beat will repeat. So the difference of f1 of t minus f2 of t is equals to 1. So we can write f1 minus f2 is equals to 1 upon t. The next thing, that is the uses of the phenomena of beats. Following are the main uses of beats. What are that? The very first we can write, the first use is the measurement of unknown frequency. The second we can write the tuning of stringent instruments on musical instrument. The third use that the beats are utilized by dolphins in surveying the motion of the things around them. With the help of these beats, the dolphin can find out what are the nearby items where they are moving. Next topic is a important topic that is known as the Doppler's effect. What is the Doppler effect? The apparent change in the observed frequency of a ray due to don't write reluctance, this is due to the relative is the proper word, frequency of a ray due to relative motion between the source of waves and the observer is called the Doppler's effect. Suppose that you are standing here and it is a vehicle. Suppose this is a train. It might be possible that you are stationary. It might be possible that you are moving in this direction. It might be possible that you are moving in this direction. It might be possible that the train is stationary or it's moving towards observer or away from the observer. Suppose that at any instant this train is giving a whistle. So what will be the effect of this observer when he or she will hear that? It might be possible that the sound which this observer received, it might be higher if this is moving towards this side or they both are come closer. If they move away, then the sound must be low. So that is the effect which is known as the Doppler's effect. Now, for this, the calculation of the apparent frequency of the Doppler effect. For this, let we assume that v is the velocity of sound in air. The second us, that is the velocity of the source of sound, that s, The next is UO. This is the velocity of observer. It is denoted by O. This is the initial for the observer, S is for the source. Now let F is the frequency or the true frequency of the source. Source means, for example, we are taking this engine. So the very first case, when the source moving towards the stationary observer. Suppose this is your source, this is your observer, the frequency is F, this is the source moving towards this way. At this point, if the velocity of the source is us, then the remaining part is the value of v minus us, where v is the velocity of the air. In this case, let the wavelength lambda dash of the wave which is reaching at O can be calculated by the formula, and that formula is the wavelength equals to the velocity divided by the frequency. So what is the velocity? This is the velocity, that is v minus of us, and the frequency, that is f. So this is the resultant wavelength. Now let the apparent frequency is f dash. So if we find out the f dash, the formula will be the velocity of the sound relative to the observer, and it has to be divided by the wavelength of the wave which is reaching at O. So f dash is equals to the velocity of the relative sound relative to O. This will be Vf divided by the wavelength of wave which is reaching at O, that is V minus of us. So this is the apparent frequency for the first case. Now the second case, when the source moving away from the stationary observer. This is the source, this is the velocity. Let away, this is us. So at this point, the ultimate velocity will be v plus of us. So for this case, the apparent wavelength will be v plus us divided by f, and the apparent frequency, I am writing writing directly formula because original formula is this. So that is the f double dash. This is f double dash, in this case the frequency when the source is moving away from the stationary observer. In that case, this is v upon v plus of us, that is to be multiplied with f. The same formula is here. Now the third case, when the source is stationary and the observer moving towards the source. Here we are taking that the observer velocity is u0. So in this case, when the source, this is the source, this is the observer. When the source is stationary and observer moving towards the source, this is the source, this is the observer, let the velocity is u0. So in this case, when the observer moving towards the source is stationary with a velocity like that is u0. In this case, the velocity of the sound waves relative to O means the observer, will be calculated, and that will be V plus of V0. So the apparent frequency, that is f dash, that will be the velocity of the sound which is relative to O, and that is to be divided by the wavelength of wave reaching at O. Formulas are same. Initial formula is same, but the mathematical parts will be different. That is depends where the source is moving, where the observer is moving. Because on the movement of the source or the observer, the velocity will be decided. If they have the opposite direction, it will be added. If they have the same direction, it will be subtracted. So the f is the velocity of the sound relative to O, that is V plus of u0, that is to be divided the wavelength of the wave reaching at O, that is the wavelength of the source. So this will be the formula, and because the lambda is the velocity upon the frequency, this is the formula. So f dash will be v plus of u0 divided by v upon f. This is the original v and this is the original frequency. So this will be the formula. This is the relative frequency. Now we have discussed three parts. Now the fourth is when the observer moving away from the stationary source, in this condition the relative velocity, we have to find out the relative velocity. Suppose this is the observer, this is the source. When the observer moving away, this is the observer, this is the source, and it is moving away from the source with the velocity u0. So in this case, the relative velocity will be, the original is v, so the v minus of u0. We can write v minus of u0. So the apparent frequency, that is f dash, that is v minus of u0 upon the wavelength, and v minus u0, and it divided by v multiplied by f, because we know that the lambda is equals to velocity upon frequency. This formula is to be used here. So we'll find out this apparent frequency for this case, when the observer moving away from the stationary observer. Now the fifth is stationary, that is stationary. Now one is left, that is when the source and observer both are moving, then the apparent frequency f dash can be calculated by the following formula. Earlier 4 cases, one observer away, observer towards. The second is the source away, source towards. In this case, both the sources and the observer are moving. So in this category, the apparent frequency of the sound, that is the f dash, and that is the relative velocity divided by the relative wavelength. So we can write where f dash is equals to the apparent frequency, v dash is the velocity of the sound wave relative to the observer, and the lambda dash, it is the wavelength of the wave reaching the observer, because the source will create the sound and the observer will hear that sound in the case of the train and the person. So for this case, we have to categorize in 3 categories. When the first category, when the source and observer are moving in a same direction, they are in the same direction. So in this case, the frequency, the relative velocity upon the relative wavelength. So same direction means the original minus of the observer velocity divided by the original velocity minus the source velocity multiplied the original frequency of the source. The second category is when the source and observer are moving towards each other. That case, the apparent frequency is V plus U0 divided by V minus US multiplied the original frequency. Now the last is when the source and observer are moving away from each other, and they are moving away. One is moving here, the other is moving here. This is the source, this is the observer. So in this case, the apparent frequency will be find out with this. With this, the wave chapter is completed.